Alright, welcome. I'm just messing around with my ARROW antenna. So I've just done a quick modification. So normally, I've got this ARROW on this tripod, which is a camera tripod. I've showed you it all before, and I have the aluminium boom extended. It's just a folded piece of aluminium, which again I've mentioned before, with a couple of cradles in. So I've just modified it because the particular polarized pattern seemed to work better vertical on 2 meters on the uplink, and mine was set up like that, so it was set up so it was horizontal. So I've just switched it so that the majority of the passes are sat vertical for me. It'll be a bit easier to get into the bird. So that's my first little mission, and you can see how I've done it. I've got a mounting point on this ARROW antenna, there's 3 holes at the bottom. I've just put a M6 tap in and tapped out the thread so I can put these bolts on. This bolt's for the compass, obviously, which allows me to position the passes and get it lined up, hopefully in the right direction. And this particular bolt just holds the actual antenna to the boom. And as you can see, I've got one on the back as well. There's 4 holes in it, so I've just put a bit of a tap in and put a bolt in to secure those. So that's that. These are the original cradles which I've been using. So what I'm doing now, I'm just making the next modern cradle or updated version. And I had a bit of an idea, and I thought, why not have them side to side and have one slightly higher. So the higher one's going to be uplink, the lower one's going to be the downlink, and they're just going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to bolt on or rivet onto this mast here. So I'm just going to, in theory, I'm going to connect them up just there, so they will sit there like that, or possibly lower, probably about there. What I might actually do is I might keep the existing mounts on as well, so I can fix that to the back. That'll drop in nicely like that, and possibly I could use the existing mounts for my phone for tracking the actual position. So I'll show you what it looks like when I've riveted that on. So this is what we're up to today. It's a work day. I'm in the workshop, and the students are off, so I'm just messing around using the facility. And obviously I've got the folder here, which is really useful for folding aluminium, and not forgetting a nice guillotine. So yeah, I'm just going to finish this bit off. I've got the lazy tongue riveter tool out on my plating position, and I'm just going to put a blind riveted 4.8mm decent, but I'm going to put 3 of these in. So we'll start off with putting the first one in. Line myself up, a bit fiddly on the first one usually. Make sure you can do it out of the way on this one. But these laser tongs are brilliant. Just gently put that in position. I won't oversnap it yet. I'm going to put my other rivet in. I've drilled 3, but I'll probably only put 2 in. I don't need 3 in really. That won't go in there. Maybe I'll put 3 in. Just if I modify it, it's 3 to drill out later. But yeah, we've got 3 rivets, so let's do it. One. 2. 'Lovely jubbly. So yeah, that's not too bad at all. Nicely secured with a couple of, 3 decent rivets, and we can spin that around there, move it off the table. You can see how they've fixed in the back there. So we've got this next plating, so I'm just going to try it out. We'll position it now, turn that around. That should be a bit better, I'm hoping. It's getting quite substantial. So the idea is we'll be able to drop this one in here, or the FD470, quite easy. And then that will go on there, connect up, and this one, my transmitting one, will drop on into there. So hopefully that's what it's going to do. We'll connect the cables up in a second, and with a bit of luck, yep, don't fall off. So far so good. So it's got these little neat adapters which we use, and like I said previously, I don't run a duplexer on this antenna. It did come with a duplexer, which was in the boom. I've still got it, obviously, but I always like to run the two separate feed lines, and it works out good usually because you can get a decent signal on the downlink of your own uplink frequency. So take that antenna off and we'll just bring the cable round for this one. So again, we've got the little adapter. There's various types depending on what kind of radio you're using. Obviously I use the FD470, which is the normal BNC usually, which I'll still be using to be honest, but it'll fit on this mount. It should be better, fingers crossed. So that's that in position. So we should be able to turn that on and put that onto the right frequency, put the transmit radio on to 144,990. Make sure we've got the tone set correctly. That's the key issue. I'm just going to plug the microphone in and we'll give you a look around the actual finished product and see what it looks like. So the finished product, it looks okay. It actually feels pretty balanced. I don't know if you remember before, but it was making a bit of a squeaking noise on my previous video. So now we've got more of a balanced affair, and I like the way how I've set up the uplink higher than the downlink on this particular set. So that'll easily spin around, so a little bit squeaky still. I've just slapped that off. Bit of lubrication on that, I think. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty versatile, pretty easy, pretty balanced. I must say, it is a bit easier to operate with my hand on this one. So it may be I get rid of this particular holder, we'll see. But so far so good. So that's just a little upgrade on the camera tripod base. Had the original cradles, now we've made some new ones. So it seemed to work out alright to me, so no problem tilting it. And obviously, just to give that a quick check. So we've got the frequency on there and we're ready to roll in the satellite world. So yeah, this is the ARROW MkII, 3 elements for 145, and what is it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 elements on 433 to 437. Pretty good antenna, just using a standard compass, which I showed you there. So that's the setup, and can't wait to get out in the field and try it out and see what happens. But for now I better go do a little bit of work. So yeah, you've been watching M0YKS, just home fiddling and tuning around with the ARROW MkII antenna. Hope you've enjoyed this one. We'll catch you on the satellite bands or the ISS real soon.